It's time for an outfit makeover. After being on YouTube for over 6 years, I thought it would be fun to make over some of my outfits from 2020 and 2021. Who doesn't love a do-over? So today we're going to take 3 outfits from those years and we are going to make them more current in several ways. Buckle up, you're in for a fun ride as I make over 3 of my favorite outfits from the past. Hello ladies, welcome to today's video. I'm so glad you're here. I think we're in for a fun ride today. I thought it would be a lot of fun just to go back to some older outfits, pick a few that I like, but that don't look especially current, or maybe they don't look especially like me, and make them over. So here's what we're going to do. I've chosen 3 outfits from my blog, from my website at dressformyday.com. If you've not been there, you need to get over there, girl. I've got a lot of great content there starting back at 2018. So I went back through the catalogs of all the outfits that I've posted in the last, I guess I kind of just went back to, no, I actually went all the way back to 2018. I decided not to go that far back for our little makeover today, but I do have 2 outfits from 2020 and 1 from 2021 that we are going to make more current for 2026. Real quickly, let me tell you that some of these things are shoppable, and if they are, I'll give you a link up here for YouTube, or there'll also be links down below with Shop My if those are available. Some things are not available. I've just pulled things from my closet to make these more current today, and I think you might want to do the same thing. My thinking was sometimes you look back at old photos and you see yourself, you wore something, you think, oh, I loved wearing that outfit, but you want to wear it now. It's like 8-10 years later. Maybe you have some of those pieces in your closet, but you put it on and you think, something's not right here. So there are ways to take our outfits from the past or just our outfit ideas from the past and make them more current. And I'm going to walk you through some of those specifics that you need to look for as you do that. Let's get going on outfit number 1. So this first outfit, when I wrote that blog post, now that's the beauty of this. I have blog posts, so I know what I was thinking when I look at these pictures. And for this first outfit, now isn't this cheerful? It's quite colorful for me, actually. I'm wearing some striped seersucker pants, so very summery. In fact, I think I called this summer all day, fun summer outfit. It's just nice and bright and cheerful. It was posted on a Friday, and I think I said something like, hey, it's the weekend, let's make this a fun one. And boy, this is a fun outfit, but there are some things about it that don't look especially modern. Well, so how do I go about making this over? I do actually have some very similar seersucker pants in my closet, so I am going to use those, but I can tell you this about my current seersucker pants is they have a little bit higher rise. They are a high-rise pant, whereas those are more mid-rise. This was back in 2020, like I said. Probably didn't get to wear this anywhere, it was back in May of 2020. But I do have some higher rise ones. They also are a little straighter in the legs, so they're fuller around the ankle. You notice those are actually very narrow at the ankle, and that was 6 years ago. We were still wearing things very slim fit. Now the next thing is that t-shirt. I don't have that t-shirt anymore, of course. Now if I did, I'd probably wear it. I think it's cute, but I don't. So I did find me another graphic tee that I'm going to show you. Another thing though about this outfit that I don't particularly like, that's not just very in vogue right now, is that front tuck. So I did a little front tuck there. There was no belt loops or anything, I don't think, but I just, just a little front tuck. We're not going to do that today. Front tucks are not quite as in style. You can still do them as needed, and I certainly do. I do a front tuck occasionally if I just really need to, especially under a jacket or under a third piece. But I'm not going to do that today, just to make the look a little bit more modern. Now, besides doing things that are more modern, another thing we want to do when we update our outfits is make them more us, right? Because we change, we evolve. Our sense of style changes, our taste changes, our bodies change too. I think I've probably gained about, 7 or 8 pounds since this picture was taken too. So I don't think I actually have gone up in size, but things have changed. So one thing I'm going to change is, instead of wearing a denim jacket, like I popped a denim jacket on at some point in this blog post, That denim jacket is very structured. It fits close to the body. It's a good denim jacket. I still have it in my closet. But instead, I am going to go with something a little blousier, a little drapier. You might remember in last week's video, I think it was, I talked about soft dressing and how that's really popular right now to wear things with a little bit more drape, a little bit more softness to them. So I'm going to add a different jacket that gives me a little bit more softness there. Another thing about this outfit that I'm just not crazy about anymore is the colored shoes. Now back then, I loved my colored shoes. I think I had red sandals, pink sandals, blue sandals, all the colors. I looked in my closet this year and I don't have any colored sandals. Now, they're not taboo or anything. In fact, I think they're probably pretty popular. It's just personally, I'm not gravitating towards colored footwear so much anymore. So I'm gonna have to do something different. I think what I need to do to kind of keep the feel of this outfit, remember, it's supposed to be summer fun. It's supposed to be cheerful, a little out of the box for me. So what I want to do is to wear some kind of footwear that is noticeable and that looks fun, not necessarily serious, not necessarily perfect, but a good fun shoe. So here's what I did. I've worn my Ann Taylor Seersucker striped pants. Like I said, they have a high rise. They are a little bit fuller at the ankle than those other ones are. I do have a graphic tee that works really nicely. I was so surprised. I thought, I'm not gonna find anything, but I found this one in my closet from J.CREW. It is still available. It's in pretty light blue and yellow graphic there, a little, I don't know, I think like Italy or something like that. I'm not really sure, different islands or something. So it's soft. It's a little softer than that bold print from the other graphic tee, which honestly is a little bit more me right now. I'm kind of liking things that have a softer feel to them, visually as well as, you know, touch-wise. And so without the jacket, that's what this outfit looks like. Now, I did not do a front tuck here because this t-shirt is short enough. And, you know, that's one of the differences right now in 2026 is we're finding a lot of t-shirts and other tops that are that, you know, nicely cropped length. They're not, you know, going to show your midriff, but they're just shorter than what we used to wear. So there was no need to do a front tuck. I was able to just kind of zhuzh it up a little bit and leave it out, and it hits me really nicely there. Now, look what I did for the footwear. I don't know what you think about that. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the changes I made or how you would do this in your closet. But I chose to wear some neutral colored shoes. Like I said, I don't have colored shoes anymore. So these are a neutral flesh tone, but they're chunky. They're comfortable though. They're like active wear, you know, comfortable sandals from, I think, is it Frankie 49? I think that's the brand. I'm not really sure, but I can give you a link for similar shoes. These are not available. These are 1 or 2 years old now, but they're noticeable, right? Like my pink shoes were, but in a different way. It's because they're sizable, not because of the color. Now for a jacket, I have added a linen jacket. My linen jacket is 1 or 2 years old. It's not available. It's from Talbot's a couple of years ago, I think, but I can link you to some similar ones. I've already found you some similar ones. White linen jackets. I wear this little linen jacket so much during the spring and summer. It is just my go-to jacket, more than a denim jacket. So yes, I still love having denim jackets in my closet, but in 2026, the K, who's wearing this outfit now, would definitely choose this white linen jacket. And instead of that fun little tote with the little pom-poms on it, the colored pom-poms, I've gone a little bit more conservative there too in my bag. This is a really pretty, you know, straw wicker bag with some leather trim, and I think it just completes the outfit nicely. Also, let's check out my jewelry. You may have noticed in the previous outfit, I had big old chunky white earrings on, and now I have gone a little bit more subdued. These are a really pretty, I think these are Lizzie Fortunato earrings. They're acrylic, but they are just so gorgeous. I think they're acrylic, but they're like that glassy look. Maybe they're even glass, I don't know. They are very in vogue right now, and I love them because they're substantial. They just have that elegant look to them though, but they add just a little bit of color to the outfit up near my face. I chose not to wear a necklace. I just didn't feel like I needed one there, but I did add some little bracelets, kind of once again in those blues and greens, kind of bringing my jewelry more down to my wrist instead of up around my neck. And I think that's it. I think that's how I pulled it together. Let me know what you think about my first attempt at a makeover for my outfit from 2020. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And let's move on to my second outfit. This next outfit that I decided to make over is from 2021, May of 2021. And my question in that blog post was, is animal print still in? Isn't that funny? Because back in 2018, 2019, it was so in vogue. And so I was like, is it still in trend? And you know what? Animal print is just always in style. It really is. In that blog post, I said, yes, it is still roaring. And you should wear it with confidence. You should wear it like a neutral. You should wear it like a solid, so you can mix it and match it with other things. In fact, you can mix it and match it with other animal prints. And that's what I did here. You can see I wore a pretty little animal print t-shirt. I love that t-shirt. I really wish I had it back because it has a V neckline, which I love. It's that tiger print, just so fun. And I wore that kimono over that. Now that kimono features, it's a beautiful silk kimono from Johnny Was. It's not available, of course. This is from 2021, like I said, but I love that kimono and I do still have it in my closet. So I'm going to create an outfit with that same kimono on that side. It's a reversible kimono, but I'm going to do it with that animal print side. So you see it has some animal print, it has some animals on that kimono. Those pants, let's talk about those pants. Those are barrel pants back in 2021. Yes, I am somewhat of an early adapter. There are still a lot of women who are still struggling to get on the barrel pant train, but I was on it way back in 2021. And I think if we go back and read that blog post, you see a lot of negative comments about those pants. But everybody since then has kind of gotten on board. So black barrel pants, animal print shirt, that kimono. Now I have some black shoes on, don't have those anymore. And really I'm not going quite that high anymore with my shoes either. I kept my jewelry fairly simple with a little black necklace, pendant there and some gold jewelry. And let's see what I came up with from my closet now for 2026. Okay, guess what? I still have some black barrel pants. They're not the same ones. These actually are from Athleta and they are available now and on sale. I am so glad to tell you that. So they are on sale. This is the time to get them. They have lots of colors. They fit true to size and I love them. So I've got those black barrel pants on. They have some nice stretch in them. They're like a performance fabric, so really cool. They look like cotton, but they're not. They have some cotton in them. And then look what I did though. I did not have another animal print shirt to wear underneath it. So I'm going to wear just a graphic tee, kind of a graphic tee. It's a white t-shirt with some black beading in little palm trees. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna mix those palm trees with my animal print. And then I also, though, did add an animal print belt. So I think the belt is a leopard print belt. And then I have more animal print in my shoes. These are some little shoes I picked up in the Nordstrom anniversary sale. They are by Open Edit, which is a Nordstrom brand, Open Edit little shoes. So I'm not sure they have this print anymore, but they are so fun, this little tiger print. So I'm mixing my animals there. I have on a leopard print belt, tiger print shoes. Put on that kimono with those animals on there and we're really mixing things up. I love this. My thinking is, as I said in that blog post, if you're going to wear animal print, go big, go bold, or go home. So especially with a kimono like this, with a statement piece, my thinking is anytime you wear something this much of a statement, then you need to go all in. You would be missing your opportunity if you just wore a white t-shirt and black pants and black shoes and called it a day. Instead, add some more personality to it. So I've also added some fun little bracelets again, just those little beaded bracelets, pulled out some of the colors that are in the kimono. And then I think I went kind of chunky on my earrings. These are kind of like a hammered gold, so I kind of thought they had that African look to them, maybe a little bit. And I didn't wear a necklace because I didn't want to compete with the little bit of black beading there. And then I guess that's it. So, and if I was going to carry a handbag, I would just add maybe this little clutch, a black clutch with some little gold grommets on there. So I think that's a fun look. I really am still of that same opinion that I had back in 2021, that if you are going to wear a statement kimono like this, maybe you have something like that in your closet, then you need to just go for it, go all the way. Let me know though what you think about me mixing in all these animal prints with that kimono. I'd love to hear your opinion in the comments. And then let's move on to my third outfit. Now in this next blog post from 2020, I was sharing these particular pants. They were from Chico's. These are some little utility pants, stretch utility pants. In fact, I think these pants were my #1 seller for the entire year. So many of my readers, in fact, let me know if you are one of the people who bought these pants, because so many of us had them. I had them in 2 or 3 colors. And they were great little pants, but look how slim fitting they are. That is just so out of style right now. And instead, I am going to do something a little different. In fact, I'll go ahead and tell you, I have those same barrel pants as the black ones that you just saw. I have them in green, so we are going to swap that in there. But you know, the big point here was of the blog post was you need a chambray shirt in your closet. Another reason you need a chambray shirt. And so I was showing the chambray shirt over a white t-shirt, and look how even tight it there at my waist. And then of course I also have it hanging open. But I don't know, I still love a chambray shirt, and I still think it's a good idea to have a chambray shirt or a denim shirt in your wardrobe. But right now, for summer especially, this was in May, so for summer, I thought I want something lighter, and I'm wearing a whole lot more linen and just easy breezy cotton than I was back then, and just putting on any kind of chambray shirt with the pants just did not seem like a good idea to me. So instead, here's what I've done. It's actually what I'm wearing right now. I am wearing one of my favorite new finds from LL Bean. This is a little textured 100% cotton shirt. It's in a little fine gingham print of navy and white, so it gives you a lighter look than that heavy denim or chambray shirt. And underneath it, I'm wearing a little white camisole that I also got at LL Bean. I can give you a link to both of those things. Love the little camisole. It's all just nice, light and breezy, which is just where I'm at these days. I've got those green pants, like I said, from Athleta, the little barrel pants, so it's definitely a more modern silhouette in the pants. Now in the other outfit, let's reverse back to that real quick. You notice I didn't point out my shoes, those sneakers. I went with colored sneakers once again. I guess I was really into colored footwear back then, and I'm just not now. But I am into sneakers with some colorful details. So instead of colored sneakers like that, I do have some new to me, actually, Vince sneakers. I forgot the name of these, but they're little Vince sneakers that I got in the Nordstrom anniversary sale. And they do happen to have that same green stripe from the green pants. So a very similar color there. Really just so fun. So the outfit here was to be one that you would just wear for every day, like to go run errands or maybe to spend time with the family, you know, the day with the grandkids kind of thing. So, you know, wearing sneakers made sense to me. So I went ahead and put on some sneakers, but I did pull this together a little bit more by adding a belt to this look. So instead of just doing a front tuck or instead of just leaving that out, I tucked in my camisole all the way around and I've added a leather belt. So I needed to pick a bag, and you know what I'd done here really originally was I had just taken my everyday bag. My everyday bag at that time was a Tory Burch McGraw bucket bag. And so what I did was I picked up my everyday bag right now, which is my Parissa Wayne cognac bag, and so that way it matches the belt that I'm wearing. And you can use code KAY12, by the way, at Parissa Wayne for 12% off. Love this bag. I just carry it almost all the time. So just a great little everyday look, and instead of that chambray shirt, I have swapped in this little cotton shirt that feels so easy breezy. So I don't know, what is your takeaway from that? Well, here are some thoughts. Number one, when we want to update a look, sometimes it does mean to modernize the silhouette. Sometimes it means to modernize the fabric. Sometimes it means to modernize our styling hacks, like going from, instead of a front tuck, instead going to a belt and tucking all the way. Other times to update our outfits, it simply means to go with what now feels more current in like the overall theme of things, like instead of so much structure, to soften up the outfit some. Another way, though, you want to update your outfits from the past is remember that your sense of style and your preferences and probably your closet have evolved. So take the idea from that outfit that you may see in your camera, your photo roll on your phone, and translate it to how you feel and want to look now. I hope you think that I've done that. I feel like I have, and I love all three of these outfits, and I absolutely would wear them out and about. In fact, I'm wearing one of them right now. Thanks so much for joining me, ladies. I'd love to hear if you would like for me to do more of these, perhaps for each season as we go through the rest of the year. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you again next Wednesday. Bye now.